What happens when pressure explodes inside the dugout and teammates turn on each other? These shocking MLB moments reveal it all. Things got tense late in the game when a disagreement suddenly erupted inside the Tigers' dugout. During the final half inning, emotions boiled over between teammates as McCann and Iglesias got into a heated exchange. Whatever was said clearly struck a nerve, because the situation escalated fast. Iglesias had to be physically pulled away by Castellanos, and in the middle of the chaos, he even fired his glove in McCann's direction. Cameras caught the moment, but the exact cause of the argument remains unclear. What we do know is that tempers were flaring, and teammates quickly stepped in to prevent things from getting worse. Anthony Gose was also seen trying to calm everyone down as order was finally restored. It was a rare and uncomfortable moment of internal conflict on full display. Tempers explode in the dugout as frustration boils over between teammates. In a sudden outburst, one player angrily throws his glove behind him, and it unexpectedly strikes another teammate. The moment turns chaotic when the teammate stumbles and slips while trying to react. Emotions continue to spiral as the frustrated player lashes out again, knocking over buckets in the dugout. What started as a simple disagreement quickly becomes a messy scene, drawing attention from everyone nearby. Teammates rush in to separate them and calm things down before it gets worse. No punches are thrown, but the tension is obvious, showing how pressure can push even teammates to the edge. It's a reminder that competitive intensity doesn't stop on the field. Another intense Z moment unfolds as emotions completely boil over. After leaving the mound, he storms past first base and heads straight into the dugout, clearly furious. He's ranting and raving, shouting at no one in particular at first, letting all that frustration spill out. But then his focus seems to lock onto Derek Lee, and the tension instantly feels personal. The dugout goes quiet as everyone senses what's coming next. In the middle of his outburst, he loses control and knocks over the water cooler, sending bottles and water flying everywhere. Teammates look on, unsure whether to step in or stay back. It's a raw display of emotion, showing just how quickly pressure can explode when things aren't going a player's way. Moments like this remind fans that baseball isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional too. Tension filled the stadium as Dave Roberts walked out to the mound to pull Clayton Kershaw from the game. The move didn't sit well with Kershaw at all. As Roberts reached him, Kershaw immediately questioned the decision, clearly wanting to stay in and finish what he started. You could see it on his face, frustration, intensity, and pure competitiveness all boiling to the surface. Just moments after talking about intensity, this became the perfect example. Kershaw's emotions were on full display as he argued his case, visibly upset and unwilling to give up the ball. It wasn't anger toward his manager, but passion for the game and belief in himself. Situations like this show how elite players hate coming out, especially when they still feel they have more to give. Despite getting him to ground into a double play earlier, everything unraveled quickly in this moment. The ball clips off Vano's glove, and what should have been a routine play turns into a major gaffe. The mistake proves costly as the Pirates capitalize and put 3 runs on the board. As the inning ends, all eyes shift to Trevor Bauer. Known for wearing his emotions on his sleeve, Bauer doesn't hide his reaction. You can see the frustration written all over his face as he walks off the field, clearly upset by how the inning unfolded. It's not just about the error or the runs scored, but the feeling of lost momentum. Moments like this highlight Bauer's fiery personality and how deeply invested he is in every pitch, every play, and every outcome on the field. The words may have been hard to make out, but the message from Nolan Arenado was crystal clear. He was frustrated, and that frustration reflected the entire team. Before the game, Arenado openly admitted that the team was underachieving and needed to start performing better. That frustration boiled over in this moment as cameras caught him yelling in the dugout, seemingly directed at Nick Hundley. Whether the message was meant for one person or the whole group, the emotion behind it was undeniable. This wasn't just a heat-of-the-moment reaction, but the result of mounting pressure and unmet expectations. Arenado's intensity shows how badly he wants the team to succeed and how much losing wears on competitive players. Moments like this reveal the internal strain teams face when results don't match their potential. Between innings, frustration spilled over inside the dugout, creating a tense scene. Chris Davis was visibly upset to the point where teammates had to step in and hold him back. Orioles skipper Brandon Hyde was involved in the exchange and eventually walked away after saying something that clearly struck a nerve with Davis. The situation could have escalated further, but an unexpected peacemaker stepped in. Mark Trumbo, who was with the ball club as part of his rehab, reached in, grabbed Chris Davis, and helped calm him down, even getting him seated. It was an intense moment that showed just how high emotions were running. Situations like this prove that pressure doesn't disappear between innings, and even experienced players can reach a boiling point when frustration builds up over time. Tension continued to rise as the camera cut to the dugout, where Brian Haley was getting loose for the Cardinals in the bullpen. But the real drama was happening on the field. Cabrera looked ready to walk straight off the mound, clearly fed up in the moment. Before he could leave, Ali rushed in and physically grabbed him, stopping him in his tracks. A few heated words were exchanged as emotions boiled over. You could feel the frustration pouring out, the kind that builds pitch after pitch. Commentators were quick to react, making it clear that this kind of reaction can't happen during a game. It was a sharp reminder of how thin the line is between passion and losing control. In high-pressure moments like these, teammates and coaches become just as important as skill, stepping in to keep the situation from spiraling further out of control. An unfortunate moment unfolded in a San Francisco game when Carlos Rodon slammed a baseball bat in frustration, and by pure accident, it struck one of his own teammates. It wasn't intentional, but it instantly added to the tension on the field. Emotions were already running high, and this incident only made things more uncomfortable in the dugout. Shortly after, the focus shifted to Thairo Estrada, who had endured a rough few minutes before stepping up to bat in the sixth inning. Cameras caught the moment, showing how quickly things had unraveled around him. Between the accidental contact, visible frustration, and mounting pressure, it was one of those sequences that perfectly captured how intense baseball can become. Even small actions can have unexpected consequences when emotions boil over in the heat of competition. Tensions flared inside the Rays dugout during a heated moment between teammates. It appeared that Caballero was involved, along with Yandy Diaz. As the two seemed to be locked in a tense exchange, the situation quickly caught everyone's attention as emotions ran high and voices were exchanged. Sensing things could escalate, other teammates immediately stepped in to separate them and prevent the argument from turning physical. Rody Linares was also seen trying to play peacemaker, calming both sides and helping settle the situation down. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed before it turned into something more serious. Moments like this show how competitive pressure can spark internal conflict, even among teammates, but they also highlight the importance of leadership and unity in keeping a team together when emotions threaten to boil over. He clearly didn't have a feel for his pitches in this moment, and the frustration was obvious. Corbin strikes out looking for the first out, but instead of calming things down, tensions spike even higher. As the crowd reacts, cameras catch Corbin turning his anger toward the dugout. Suddenly, he's yelling directly at Bo Porter, and the exchange looks heated. Words are flying, emotions are boiling, and it's clear this isn't just about one pitch or one at-bat. The situation escalates quickly, and before anyone can fully process what's happening, an umpire steps in. Someone has been tossed from the game. It's another example of how quickly frustration can spill over in baseball, turning a single moment into full-blown dugout drama. MLB teammate conflicts remind us of the intensity of this game. If you enjoyed these raw moments, please hit the like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts below. Which dugout clash shocked you the most? Stay tuned for more behind-the-scenes baseball drama.